Good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Zach Richards, bringing you this wonderful evening tonight here on FSU weather. It's sunny and 75 degrees. I believe there's a country song that goes just about like that. The winds right now are north-northeast at 6 miles an hour. It's going to keep that cool and dry air on its way. Looking region-wide right now, 75 here in Tally, but up towards Valdosta, a little cooler at 72. Down there in Apalachicola, if you're heading to the beach tonight, 76. Absolutely perfect conditions. Next 24 hours or so, we're going to keep seeing those high clouds in the area, but overall nothing too crazy precipitation-wise. Tonight, 54, clear, kind of chilly, especially if you're in Florida and you're not used to that kind of conditions. But we got some nice weekend weather ahead. FSU football coming Saturday. How is the game with Jacksonville State looking? We're going to tell you tonight. And Tropical Depression 25 is threatening Mexico. Could it come to the Gulf? We've got all that and more coming up right now on FSU Weather Tonight.
Hello Seminoles, I'm student meteorologist Hayden Wilder, and I'm hoping you're having a great Friday. This morning through this afternoon has been absolutely spectacular. A bit chilly, so do bring a jacket, but overall it was absolutely stunning. So if you're going outside, just to really enjoy, if you're taking your dog out, just really have a blast. So looking ahead for this weekend, as Zach said in our opener, the weather is going to continue to be the same. You can expect some sunny skies, some temperatures warming up slightly into the upper 70s, maybe lower 80s, but nothing that we can handle compared to past Septembers and Octobers we've dealt with. And then for next week, like I said, we'll continue to keep an eye on the tropics. But overall, as of right now, nothing is imminent, so no need to worry. Just make sure you come prepared for Saturday when you're going to tailgate. Whether you're going to the football game, make sure you're your mask, or you're watching on TV. It's going to be a great time. Have a fun Friday night, Tallahassee. Stay safe, and then we'll just keep it real in FSU weather as we like to do, and I hope you do the same. And so now we're really gonna stretch out into October. We're gonna talk about this upcoming week, and I hope you enjoy the show. Now we'll bring it over to the wall.
Thank you, Hayden. It was actually another beautiful day here in Tallahassee. We had a high of 78 degrees and a low of 54. Which is a little bit below average of 85 and a low of 67, but nowhere near the record high that we had in 1998 of 96, or the low of 39 in 1945. Currently here in Tallahassee, it is 75 degrees under partly cloudy skies with a light wind out of north-northeast at 6 miles per hour, which has ushered in some cooler temperatures and also lower humidity, lower dew points and everything. So currently the temperatures around the Big Bend are in the mid-70s with Bainbridge at 74 degrees and Tallahassee at 75. And down here in Apalachicola at 76 degrees. And this weather will continue for the next several days as we continue to have this dry air mass in place. And you can see the winds are out of the north-northeast in Thomasville about 6 miles per hour. And here in Quincy at 7 miles per hour. And right here in Tallahassee, the winds are out of the north-northeast at 6 miles per hour. And so with those north winds and the dry air in place, there's nothing on the radar to really talk about as far as showers go. These little blips here may be smoke from fires that are burning up in southern Georgia. There's some prescribed burns. So it's possible that some of this may be picking up on the radar, but there's no rain in our area currently. So the dew points are on the very low side, so it's very comfortable out there. When you walk outside, it is dew points in Valdosta is 47, here in Thomasville is 45, and in Tallahassee, look at that, 43. It is absolutely amazing outside. So next 24 hours, expect some high clouds moving into the areas. There is a front that is to the south of us, and so some of these clouds may move up into our area. But no rain to really speak of tomorrow, but there will be a greater chance of rain on Sunday as we will have some moisture return to the area. Tonight's forecast lows Bainbridge up at 55 degrees. Look, these are awesome lows. You can just open up the window and let that cool air in and save some money on your electric bill because you turn the air conditioning off, And so here in Tallahassee, you can expect a low of 61. Perry, you can expect a low of 62 degrees. So those highs tomorrow, absolutely beautiful once again. Expect a high in Bainbridge of 77. Over here in Valdosta, 78. And here in Tallahassee, expect a high tomorrow of 78 degrees. As we look ahead at the forecast for the next 7 days, Saturday and Sunday, absolutely beautiful with highs in the mid-70s. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just picture perfect weather as we'll have highs in the low 80s with lows in the 60s at night, which is still comfortable. And just going to be amazing weather as we go through the rest of this week. I'm going to pass it now off to Zach to talk more about
Southeast.
There
Yeah,
you
we're
go.
going to zoom out a little bit, guys, and take a look at the bigger picture here region-wide. There we go. They got the graphic to come up there. It has been really nice in Tallahassee, and really that's across much of the area. Now, we had another cold front move through last night. You guys could have missed that because it was dry. There was no precipitation or anything with it. But it's given us that nice sunny and 75 here in Tallahassee. Sunny and 68 up there in Atlanta. So, Montgomery is 73. Even over towards NOLA, it's 78 degrees. Across much of Florida, things are a little bit more humid and a little bit stickier. We do have that stationary front that's remaining, giving us those cloudy conditions down in Miami. Today's forecast. The wind flow right now, we can see this northerly wind going to kind of a northeasterly wind as we get down towards Tallahassee. General area of high pressure, you're going to see this clockwise flow of air and this cooler air from up north continuing to keep those dew points low and those temperatures low as well. Right now, yeah, you can see those dew points, 43 here in Tallahassee, but even farther north in Montgomery, we're in the 30s for the dew points, which means it's extremely dry out there and extremely comfortable. You might actually want some lip balm if we're talking about dew points there in the 30s, typical wintertime concerns. We're going to see the forecast here for the moisture. Anywhere here in this blue and purple shading is a drier kind of look. I'm going to back away here from Florida. You can see we do have some moisture as we get down towards the Orlando and Tampa areas, even down towards Miami where that front is still stalled out. Meanwhile, the rest of us, things are looking dry for the next couple of days, and the radar is going to reflect that as well. Futurecast here showing those showers sticking to the south and central Florida area, maybe trying to sneak a little bit farther to the north. You can see there's some stuff there in the Gulf. But meanwhile, behind me here, it's absolutely clear. There's not barely a cloud in the sky even showing up on the model. So tonight's forecast bringing us to, it's 54 in Tallahassee, a little bit cooler, Tupelo, 45. You're feeling definitely like fall. So get up towards Atlanta, it's 48. And Charleston, it's 56 degrees. Overall, it's pretty good. A little bit warmer as we get down there towards the Miami International area, though, and towards Key West. Apologize for that, guys. We've had a little distraction here in the studio. It's 71 degrees in Atlanta. Pretty nice tomorrow. Tallahassee, 78 degrees. We have those partly cloudy skies still sticking around. Still, once again, more Miami down towards Key West. It's still pretty warm down there, keeping and holding on to summer. Rest of the southeast, though, not too terribly bad. With weather like this, we could certainly use here in 2020. We've had a lot of bad luck and a lot of bad things happen, but hopefully you all can enjoy some nice time outside.
Absolutely, Zach, you are correct. We're going to take another look here at Florida. Take a quick look at a satellite image here of central Florida. As you can see, there's a lot of mostly high clouds up near Orlando, but when you get down towards Lake Okeechobee, that's where the rain, bulk of the rain begins. And you'll see shortly, I'll show you South Florida, how much rain is actually down here. Up here in North Florida, no clouds to speak of. It's absolutely clear. Jacksonville, the whole way across the I-10 corridor. And as we move down to South Florida, here's the rain. It's associated with the cold front and actually a stationary front that is draped right across the southern part of the peninsula. So you can see some showers and some thunderstorms popping up down here. Most of these are over swampland and the wetlands down here, but out here there's a shower off coast, not bothering anybody. But down Key West, I'm sure there's probably some rain down there and possible storms. So temperatures currently around the Florida Peninsula, they are in the mid-70s up here in North Florida, on Tallahassee 75. As you move down the peninsula, you can see the temperatures increase as you get closer to that front. And actually, because of the cloud cover and the rain, West Palm Beach has a temperature of 78 degrees. So here's the muggy meter, and you can see up here it's absolutely comfortable in North Florida. But as you move down the peninsula, you can see these faces start turning to frowns because it is muggier down there, closer to that stationary front. And here's satellite futurecast. Actually, you see the stationary front as it slowly moves northward, bringing more showers and storms to Central Florida, but not to us here in the Panhandle. We'll remain to have really good weather. So tonight's lows around the peninsula, you expect 79 in Miami, where it's closer to the front, and that muggier air is. As you come up the peninsula to Tallahassee, 61 degrees of low tonight and 58 in Pensacola. Tomorrow's highs, absolutely beautiful up here in North Florida in the Panhandle, 78 in Tallahassee for tomorrow. As you move down the peninsula, you start running into some rain showers like Orlando that'll have a high of 80 degrees, and West Palm Beach at 81. So let's take a look at city by city. We'll start with Miami. Expect a high tomorrow of 82 degrees with a 90% chance of rain, so you will have showers and storms in your forecast. Rain chances do go down on Sunday and a high of 88. As we look at Tampa, you expect a high tomorrow of 80 degrees, 50% chance of rain. As you go into your Sunday, rain chances do go up to 80% with a high of 78. Or Jacksonville, you expect a high tomorrow of 76, very comfortable temperature. Temperature goes down a high of 70 on Sunday with a 90% chance of rain. And as we go, look at the Sunday forecast for football. Yes, the Chargers are taking on the Bucs at Raymond James Stadium. At kickoff time, expect rain showers, unfortunately, with 77 degrees and 3 p.m. 76 and 75 at 5 p.m. I'm now going to hand things off to Hayden to look at the...
Yep, we're going to look at our local 2 again. So I'm going to go off a little bit of a tangent. It's a great time to be in Tampa. Rays doing well, Lightning, and the Bucs. I'm just bragging. We don't get to say that much. So currently our weather is 75 degrees, partly cloudy. You can see the scintillating sunshine bouncing off the Doak Campbell Stadium that will be playing the football game. And this is another look. This is for our Panama City friends. Now by Mexico Beach, and it is absolutely stunning. Look at that water, just so inviting, especially for some landlocked Tallahassee regions. So into our forecast area, it is very clear. As our meteorologist said before, David, there is some rain picking up on the radar. No, sorry, not rain, fire smoke. Nope, it is absolutely gorgeous. So right now it is 75 Tallahassee. Apalachicola is 76. Not really impacted by any sea breeze right now with the northeast wind. And if you go into Thomasville and Bainbridge, southern Georgia, even nicer, 72, 74. There is just no words to describe how beautiful this is. Excuse my mask. So going in through the evening, you can see those clear skies, we'll say in the morning. That's going to really allow our temperatures to really drop off and start to cool. And then we will get some higher clouds coming into the area. So you will see some a little bit of clouds during the FSU game, but overall nothing too crazy. So kind of switch in our view. We'll take a broader look at the southeast for a second. So Florida's quite warm, and as you go up past Tallahassee, the temperatures really start to cool off quite a bit. And that's due to that cold front, that reinforcing shots that we're seeing. And so overall, we can expect that pattern, that air mass that we're in right now, to continue to sit and just really bring pleasant weather. So if you're going out to tonight, if you're going to come back late from any festivities, the low is going to be 61 Tallahassee, 57 in Quincy. Although I do expect some colder spots to pop up with some radiation cooling. So I would expect to bring a jacket more than just a light sweater. So for tomorrow, absolutely gorgeous. About the same temperature as today. So what you saw today is what you'll get. 78 St. Mark's, 78 Apalachicola, 77 Tallahassee, all across the board. And we can really attribute our upcoming forecast to all this dry air. All this blue indicates very little moisture over the entire southeast, with our friends in southern Florida being the exception. But overall, it's going to be really great. So for the look ahead, it is going to be 77 through the weekend, 76 on Sunday. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can really see our temperatures do start to rebound somewhat, but overall staying very comfortable. And also, you can note those lows are approaching the upper 60s. But overall, nothing we can't handle. And we are introducing a slight chance of rain on Friday, but it is so far away, I wouldn't really worry about it. So now we're going to bring it over to Zach for his forecast.
Yeah, thanks, Hayden. I'm going to zoom out once again. We're going to take a look at the really big picture now and the Drought Monitor. Now, we've said the air is pretty dry today, but in a lot of part of the country, the ground is pretty dry too, especially as we get over here towards the Four Corners region, parts of the desert southwest. It's been really dry. We've heard a lot about the fires. You can see most of the west coast over here pretty dry. Once again as well, we really haven't had much. We've had a big ridge of high pressure really over this whole area, and it's prevented them from getting a lot of rainfall. You can see the high is still stuck right in place there just north of Las Vegas. This whole area is under high pressure. This low up here, though, coming southeasterly from Canada, is bringing us some light showers as we get into the Dakotas and the Nebraska area. We're going to flip over to the other side of the country here. We have another cold front here, keeping the northeast unsettled. And of course, here in Florida, we have not one, but two fronts. This cold front that passed through last night was kind of dry. It's making things really nice today. But then there in South Florida, down there towards Miami, that stationary front has been there, and it will keep staying there, providing us with more precipitation. Right now, around the country, cooler as we get here towards the northeast. However, here in the south, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's 75 right now in Dallas. Bismarck, however, 55. So you're feeling kind of fall-like, and you know that the colder weather is on the horizon. Winds right now, generally, you can see around where that front is, we have a little piece of it there that's kind of stuck out from the last graphic. But it's a good indication. You can see that northerly flow still continuing. The easterly flow here across Florida. And out west, thankfully, the wind's not too strong to worry about that fire risk, except up here in Billings, we have that wind associated with that other front up there and that other low at 15. The dew points, once again, extremely dry over the vast majority of the country, down to the 20s over for Salt Lake City and Denver. That's extremely dry. That will crack your skin, how dry it is. Tallahassee, we're right on the edge. It's pretty comfortable right now in the 40s, but down towards Miami, you're in the mid-70s. That front has never passed through, so you're keeping moist. Tonight, we're going to continue with this kind of pattern of this big trough right now, the big dip in the jet stream that's keeping all the cold air locked up here towards the northeast and the Great Lakes. Widespread 30s, 40s, and low 50s out west, and here to the south, a little bit warmer in the 50s and 60s, and of course in Florida, things are going to continue staying warm, especially south of where that front is. Tomorrow, once again, it's 51 in Minneapolis and 66 in Kansas City, 84 in Dallas, though. So as you continue to go south, it's a pretty nice transition from one season to another. New Orleans, 77, and Tally at 78 tomorrow. And Miami there at the bottom of the screen is 82. So that's going to be our warm spot in accordance, of course, with LA there behind me on the west coast. So overall, fall is definitely coming into play here across much of the area. I think, David, you would agree.
Yes.
Not too bad at all. What are you going to have for us tonight?
Well, if you have any weekend plans, it's an absolutely beautiful weekend this week because it's going to be dry and it's going to be sunny. If you have a dinner date tonight, you can expect temperatures at 6 p.m. to be about 70 degrees. That sun setting soon, and at 8 p.m., it's a little bit cloud covered at 63 degrees, but at 10 p.m., it's absolutely cool. You might bring a sweater or a jacket because the temperatures will be falling into the 50s tonight, and so at 10 o'clock it will be 60 degrees. If you're going to take that dog for a walk tomorrow, absolutely brisk conditions considering it's Florida. You expect a temperature at 7 a.m. of 55 degrees, and at 9 a.m. that sun will rise and heat a little bit, but not too fast. So you can expect a temperature of 59 degrees at 9 a.m. And at 11 a.m., the sun will be up a little bit higher, heating things up a little bit quicker, and you expect a temperature of 69 degrees. It's still absolutely comfortable to take those dogs for a walk, or even just go for a walk without the dogs, or maybe just get away from the family and take a walk by yourself around the block. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So how about the weather for tomorrow's football game here at Doak Campbell Stadium as we take on Jacksonville State Gamecocks? Hopefully this will be our first win. We're expected to win. We're 0-2 right now. So what is the weather going to look like at kickoff? Kickoff is actually at 4 p.m., but it'll be about 76 degrees. And then at 7 p.m., you can expect temperature of 75. And then when you're leaving the game around 9 p.m., you expect to be 71 degrees. It'll be clear skies. You will not need an umbrella. There will be no rain tomorrow, so it'll be absolutely beautiful football weather here in Tallahassee. Then here's the moisture. You can see it's absolutely dry air up here in the southeast the whole way down until you get to North Florida. And then we have the moisture starting to, the dew points and moisture get a little higher as you get down the peninsula. But it is absolutely dry up here where we are in Tallahassee. Looking at the futurecast, you can see clouds over here in Florida associated with that stalled front that's going to slowly move to the north and come up to central Florida, but not going to make it up to here, so we're not going to have any rain in our forecast for the next few days and absolutely probably the whole next week. So tomorrow's forecast for the highs around Florida at southeast, you expect 76 degrees in Jackson, Mississippi. Here in Tallahassee, 78. Charleston, you expect 74 degrees. And as you get down to Miami, 82 degrees. I'm going to hand things now off to Hayden, who's going to take a look at the tropics.
Yes, this is a favorite segment of ours and a very important one. So this is the list of all the names we've gone through. Obviously, we are past all the names, and now we're into the Greek alphabet. And so our next name coming up is Gamma. But before we get to Gamma, tropical depression 25 has to make it there first. So as of now, it is still 35 miles per hour. And this is what the satellite image looked like as of 12. And so the Hurricane Hunters had a bit of an issue. Their plane had some technical errors, so they didn't quite make it out to recon. But there's a chance this could be a tropical storm already, but the impacts are going to be the same nonetheless. So looking at our spaghetti models, this will continue off to the northwest due to a high pressure kind of blocking over our area with some of those fronts. And so if you're watching us in Cozumel, Quintana Roo, which is a smaller town off the coast, do watch out for some impacts. Right now the forecast has it coming down 50, but I would not be surprised if it made it up to a moderate strength at 60 miles per hour. And so for future concerns, I do not see any for our region. High pressure is going to stay strong over our area. And this will continue to track off and probably eventually end up sinking south into the Bay of Campeche. But now let's talk about another area of interest. So this guy is not yet Invest 96, but this will progress over into the Western Caribbean, same where Invest 95L is right now. And this will take a couple days to fester around, and there's overall this is now actually a 40% chance to develop. So it's a orange, not yellow anymore. But nonetheless, we get the picture. We will keep an eye out for impacts. It does have some shear to contend with before it gets too strong. And as for the future forecast, we really just don't know. So we'll keep an eye on it. Models weren't too strong with support until the storm got into the area that's favorable for this climatology. And so I expect similar things with this storm here. Probably not being picked up by models correctly until it sits over here, but we'll have to see where it goes. Even if it does develop, I do not anticipate a Michael-like scenario. So that is a look at our tropics. Busy, but nothing alarming. And so now I'll send it over off to Zach to finish his local.
Yeah, thanks, Hayden. One last look here at beautiful Doak Campbell Stadium. We still have those sunny and 75-degree temperatures out there. The beautiful blue sky, just a few contrails there in the distance otherwise. If y'all noticed a little bit earlier, we had some of that wildfire smoke that David mentioned from the prescribed burns that were up in Georgia. That northerly flow has kind of brought that into our area. It's cleared out a little bit more now, though. Can easily see the sun. Just a couple of light little clouds. If you look down there towards the Port St. Joe area, that could also just be smoke that's tricking the radar and satellite there. Wind speed and direction, pretty northerly until we get here to the southern part of the state. Things get a little more complicated. Now, it's still showing north wind generally, but with more of that easterly component. And we do have east winds in Orlando. We do have both a cold front about right here and a stationary front about right there. So the state's kind of cut up into pieces with fronts right now. Thankfully for us here in Tallahassee, we are north of all the fronts, which means we get to enjoy the nice 43-degree dew points. And it's extremely comfortable. We're going to keep that humidity and that dew point low. Temperatures are going to be pretty low too. Right now, it's sunny and 70 degrees in Thomasville. What a perfect night to just take a walk, maybe eat some dinner outside. Valdosta, once again, same thing, 72 degrees. Bainbridge at 73. Warm spot right now is Apalachicola at 76. Overall, the heat indexes as well, the heat indices, 68 in Atlanta, 75 here in Tallahassee. If you notice, these are pretty close to the temperatures. So that is indicative of those cool dew points in that drier air. Pretty much everyone's seeing the same kind of reading. For the next 24 hours or so, you're going to continue to see those high clouds start to move in, maybe a little bit as we get here towards central Florida, some of those showers trying to sneak up. But here locally in the Tallahassee area, maybe a few high clouds, and that's really about it. Tonight, we're going to look at 54 degrees clear, and those clear skies are going to allow those temperatures to drop and get kind of chilly. Wouldn't expect this to be into the lower 50s if we get outside of the Tallahassee metro area, maybe if you get out towards northern Georgia there, cooling off a little bit more. There's winds northeast at 9 miles an hour, just a perfect recipe for a cool fall evening. 77 in Monticello tomorrow, and that kind of echoes the whole mid to high 70s. And for your week ahead, overall, not too terrible. We're looking at 77 for game day on Saturday, and then going on through the rest of the week, we're going to warm up a little bit. We got mid to upper 80s as we get into the middle of next week, and then cooling off again on Friday with that next chance of a front. I don't know, David, it looks like a pretty nice forecast to me, especially for this time of year.
It looks awesome, Zach. I mean, we couldn't ask for better weather. With all the dry air that we have now and the lower temperatures and much lower dew points, this is absolutely beautiful weather out there. But we have to remember, though, we're going to take a look ahead at the week ahead, and yes, you can see those temperatures slowly rebound to about the average of what they should be this time of year into the mid-80s, but still beautiful weather and low rain chances. We do have increased rain chances, it looks like, at the end of the week. But for the rest of this weekend and the rest of next week, it just looks absolutely amazing weather. And we do have to remember, though, that it is still hurricane season. And like we said during the segment, we do have a tropical depression 25 in the Western Caribbean. Not going to be a threat to the Panhandle. Maybe give some moisture, enhanced shower activity and thunderstorm activity to South Florida. Due to that front that's draped over South Florida, it's going to sort of drag some moisture away from Tropical Storm 25. But Tropical Storm 25 does not look like it's going to be a threat to the Panhandle, and it will stay away from us. But there's another system behind it the models are picking up on, and it's just something to monitor, because October is known for having sort of a last hurrah for the hurricane season, and we can have a storm pop up in the Gulf of Mexico as this sea surface temperatures are still in the 80s in the Gulf. And so it's just something to always, keep in mind of that hurricane season not over. Still be prepared, still have your hurricane kit ready and a plan in place in case something does happen to arise. Remember to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com FSU Weather, and also on Facebook, facebook.com/FSU Weather. And also, you can watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/FSU Weather Monday through Friday, and also follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. Well, I want to just thank you for watching our show today, and enjoy the beautiful weather that's up ahead. And it's going to be a great weekend. Get out to the football game if you can. I'm sure there's some other fall activities that are around the area. It's a good time to get out and get some fresh air after being, kind of cooped up the past couple months due to COVID. So it's just great weather to get outside and just enjoy nature and get some rest and peace. I'm student meteorologist David Stoltz. Thank you for watching FSU Weather. We'll see you next week.